Welcome back. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's a month aimed to promote screening and prevention of the disease, which impacts 1 in 8 women in the United States every year and 2.3 million women worldwide. Here on National Report, we want to bring awareness and allow survivors the chance to share their stories. One of them joins us now, singer and songwriter Kelly Lang, a breast cancer survivor. Kelly, welcome back to National Report. You know, we've spoken before about your battle with breast cancer in your early 30s. And again, for those who might not be familiar with your story, you'd spoken to a friend about some concerns you shared with your own health. Could you expand on what that moment was like to look into potential concerns about breast cancer battle for yourself?
Well, there was a lot of people I spoke to. I had felt a couple of little lumps under my left side, under my arm, and I just was so nervous about it because I'd just seen this on Oprah Winfrey show. A young girl was saying that she had been told she was too young to have breast cancer and not to worry about it. So I went to my doctor, and the doctor said, "Oh, no, you're too young." But my gnawing internal instinct was like, yeah, but can we check it a little bit further, a little bit further? We have to learn our own instincts. We know our own bodies as well as anybody. So I decided to ask again for another test. This did not show up on mammogram or ultrasound. And I asked the ultrasound technician if I could push the wand a little bit further in where I could feel where I was feeling the knot. And unfortunately, that was my fate. The cancer had already spread to stage 2, which means it went through my lymph nodes and it required chemotherapy and radiation. I don't say that to be scary to anybody. I just say be proactive and that it is not necessarily a death sentence. I am 18 years out now, and I'm just so grateful that I was able to catch it in time, and I'm doing really, really well now.
And that's wonderful to hear. It truly is that you're still, cancer-free at this point in your life, and you were able to get to that point because you trusted your instinct. You went back and found another opinion, and then also you had support. Can you talk to us about what that was like to go through such a challenging time, but also to feel the love around you?
Oh my goodness. Well, I was just dating my boyfriend at the time. We eventually married. And, a lot of times supportive partners at the time that you get diagnosed with something like that aren't so supportive. I was so blessed with a man that stood by my side and had lots of family and lots of friends that took care of me. My children were very young. They were 9 and 13. I had little girls. So I was trying to be really, really brave for them. But thank goodness I had a support team of a lot of friends and family members that helped me take care of them and make sure that I was only responsible for worrying about getting healthy. And if anybody could just step up to the plate when you hear a friend that's going through something like that, and just offer to pick up their kids at school or go take them, running errands or something, it's really helpful.
Yes, indeed. Show support for the women in your lives who need a little bit additional help. Kelly, we were also showing those album covers or, singles. The fact that you are still creating music and you're tapping into your creativity. Can you talk to us about how your career had impacted, your life and perhaps even your recovery at the time?
Oh my goodness. Well, I was writing a lot of music during the time. It was really healing for me. A lot of the lessons that I've learned that I put into my book, I'm Not Going Anywhere, I learned from the great Olivia Newton-John, who we recently lost last year to this terrible disease. But boy, did she live life to the fullest. And she taught me a lot of life lessons that I spread to people that I get to meet and share a lot of the positive attitudes that she had. The attitude of gratitude is what she taught me. And I was just recently able to make my Grand Ole Opry debut here in Nashville. So just keep dreaming. Everybody that's listening to me, do not get so despondent with a terrible disease or a terrible diagnosis. Life is still worth living, and I'm living my best life and still making goals for myself.
You are. You're so impressive. You're such an inspiration. I love hearing your story. Kelly Lang, thanks so much for coming on Newsmax today. We so appreciate it.
My honor. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Take care. Here with us in studio, Jeanette Hoffman, she's back. Listening to that conversation, there are so many stories, those of breast cancer survivors who, you get screened and you get the diagnosis that you've been dreading.
Yeah.
And the fact that you have to persevere through it. I understand you personally have a connection to the disease. Did you want to share that?
Yeah, sadly, my mom passed away from breast cancer. She was diagnosed very young when she was in her 40s. And, she sadly was treated, but then it came back and she passed away when she was in her 50s. But, I think everyone knows someone who was impacted by breast cancer. 1 in every 4 women will have breast cancer in their lifetime. That's why it's so important to get checked. And October is Breast Cancer Awareness. And God bless Kelly for sharing her story. And she looks terrific. She looks amazing, and she's doing wonderful things.
It's incredible. I love to hear from
Yeah.
her. But again, the fact that younger women, it's something that you don't think about.
You don't think about
often.
it because you feel great. You're vibrant. You're healthy. You're really busy.